Sunday, July 15th, Bahamas Harvest Church honors Dr. Locksley Munroe as one of our Lignum Award recipients.
Good morning, Bahamas Harvest Church. It is truly an honor and a privilege to have been given this opportunity to share my story with you. And I would like to say thank you to Pastors Mario and Erica for asking for my input. I grew up and I spent the first 11 years of my life in Duncanstown. And I must say, as a child, I really had no dream of leaving Ragged Island. Growing up in that community, that village, there was an order and discipline in the village. But one of the things that I noticed as a child was it didn't matter when the doctor came to Ragged Island, what color they were, whether they were male or female, whether they were short, whether they were tall. Everyone duly respected the doctor. And as a little child, I guess, my mind said to me that I would one day become a doctor. There was a story in Reader's Digest about a little Canadian boy about the same age that I was at the time, 8 or 9. And he was bleeding from his gum. And he had lymph nodes in his armpit, in his groin. And when I read that book and I realized that I had lymph nodes in my armpit and my groin, I was terrified, I was afraid. And I turned and I looked to the heaven and I said, Lord, if you spare my life, I will serve you for the rest of my life. Because that little boy died of his leukemia and I was not ready to die. So from Ragged Island to Government High to University of the West Indies, in 1978 I had a scholarship paid for by the university to go to University College London, Gower Street in London, to do an honors degree in biochemistry. Again, I can say to you, I was the first Bahamian student to have passed that DM surgery exam to come home. Of course, coming home, again, you ran into that problem with being held down by persons. And my time in Princess Margaret Hospital was spent making sure that the least got the best that I have to offer, that I had to offer. That is my purpose for being in Princess Margaret Hospital. To serve God through serving the poor people, those who cannot afford to come to the doctors or go to a private office, to fulfill my part of the contract that I made with God. A young girl was born. She had a deformity where she could not swallow her saliva, something that we call a tracheoesophageal fistula with atresia. And I had the privilege of fixing that. But 19 years later, her father remembered. And he actually thanked me for his daughter, who's now in College of the Bahamas studying biochemistry, with her trajectory on becoming a physician. My plan is to return to Ragged Island. As we say, there's a lovely island in the blue Bahamian Sea, an island full of coconuts and fine old tamarind trees. That is where I am from. Again, I would like to take this time to say thank you to the Bahamas Harvest Church, its members, and in particular, Pastors Mario and Erica, for giving me this opportunity to share this story. I hope that it truly gives you who are listening the courage, the conviction to move forward, even when it appears as if there is no way forward.
Join us for this experience as we honor Dr. Locksley Munroe, Sunday, July 15th, at our West Campus, JFK Drive, the Old Galleria Cinemas at 11 a.m. Dr. Locksley Munroe.